Today, the BJP Parliamentary Board will be meeting on the vice presidential candidate that is scheduled to take place at the BJP headquarters later today. In the second half of the day, the NDA is expected to declare their vice presidential nominee either this evening or tomorrow morning, because the last day for the nomination is tomorrow. Let's go across to Sunil Prabhu, who's following this story. Sunil, the presidential election it seems to be a foregone conclusion. So the real action seems to be on the vice presidential election right now. Do we have a candidate who, are you saying, according to your sources, is the front runner?
The clear front runner is Mr. Venkaiah Naidu. He was the Parliamentary Affairs Minister, at present the Information and Broadcasting, as well as Urban Development Minister. What we have been told very categorically is that it will be a person from South India. And while they haven't named him, but most of the allies have been sounded, and all seem to be in agreement with Mr. Venkaiah Naidu. He has clearly support not only from the BJP and the NDA partners, but also from the AIDMK, the TRS, the YSR Congress, amongst others, who would be ready to support Mr. Venkaiah Naidu. In terms of numbers, the total electorate, Sarah, is 787. There are 425 votes of the NDA, which are clearly in favor of Mr. Venkaiah Naidu. They are friendly parties, numbering approximately 101, clearly giving a clear majority to the vice presidential candidate, whoever is named. And what we have been told quite categorically is that Mr. Venkaiah Naidu, the present Information and Broadcasting Minister, as well as the Urban Development Minister, who's also been really helping Mr. Ramnath Kovind during this entire verbal tour of meeting the electorate in the last month. He, as his deputy and as his election agent, he now is all set to become the vice presidential candidate. And as I said, with these numbers clearly in favor of him, in all likelihood, to the post of being a vice president. The reasons behind that are quite clear and categorical, that they want somebody not only, as the Prime Minister indicated, who's close to the BJP and the RSS, but also who will be able to run the Rajya Sabha, where the Congress is in a majority. And it's in that backdrop that Mr. Venkaiah Naidu is the clear front runner for the post of becoming the Vice President of India. Mr. Venkaiah Naidu is, of course, a man who has played an extremely pivotal role in helping in getting the opposition negated in the pleasant Lok Sabha. And it's in that context that Mr. Venkaiah Naidu is being looked as a possible person to head the vice presidential candidate. Having said that, Sarah, there is just one more point. We must remember that the Prime Minister last time round in the presidential election did not allow people like Mr. Sushma Swaraj or Mr. Tomar at that time to be the Tavanchal Gehlot to be the possible the candidates as the presidential, because he said he could not spare anybody from the cabinet at that time. There is a caveat here, but what we have been getting from the Central Hall of Parliament, from across parliamentarians, that Mr. Venkaiah Naidu is the clear front runner and will, in all likelihood, will be announced at 6 p.m. When the BJP Parliamentary Board meets in the BJP headquarters this evening.